I switched to the wrong podcast thing, but it's fine. Hello, everyone. My name is Kieran, and welcome to the very first episode of DevThingy, where we interview modders, developers, other people that do weird game stuff. And today, I'm actually joined with Solt from the Project Arroyo team. Hello, Solt. How's it going?
Hello.
How you been doing, man?
I've been doing pretty good. What about you, man?
Yeah, I've been doing really well. I liked our wee bonding session before the podcast started. We hit it off like that, which I like. Yeah.
Hold on real quick. I'm getting some messages to dab on you real quick, actually.
To dab you? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So I guess I have to do it.
Yeah?
Okay, ow.
If only we had a webcam on there. Jesus. Oh, man. But yes, anyway, so if you don't know what Project Arroyo is, Solt, explain to us what the fuck this is, please.
Project Arroyo is a Fallout 2 remake, and basically we are taking the 2D plane of what Fallout 2 was made in and transferring it into the Fallout 4 3D engine and making it look brand spanking new.
I like that, because it's what you're basically saying to me is we're making it look nice and not shit. So for people, for people that don't want to go back in time to those shitty old PC graphics.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I'm actually really excited to do an interview for you, because if you guys don't know, actually you guys don't know, so back 2 weeks ago, I did a atomic radio thing for Twitch that a few people liked, a few people enjoyed. One of those people were Solt. And this original plan was to have you like RP someone on the radio. Did you actually come up with a character or anything like that for that, or did you just leave it?
The only thing I came up with is we got a guy named Jeremy here. He's gonna have a shite microphone.
Yeah, because like the original plan was just to try and tie it with the Project Arroyo thing. Was like you were radioing from like New Reno or like Arroyo or something like that, and that's why the mic would sound shit, and just to keep it immersed, keep all that shit immersed, which we could still do that, so at some point, I'm still up for it. If you are.
Oh man, apparently one of the other leads want to jump in on this love boat if you want to include them.
The interview there now.
Yeah, it's another lead called Joey.
Yeah, fuck it, bring him in.
Okay.
This is a live show, by the way. We're going to be uploading this to YouTube, so if you're wondering what the fuck is going on, this is all live. So go over at twitch.tv/Bundicot to watch these dev thingies or whatever show is recorded live. Tune in, have a good time, talk to the devs. You can actually, by the way, anyone in the chat that has a question for Solt and the team and the newcomer Joey, then fucking fire away, because this is a open night. We can all ask questions.
Apparently I have to add you on Discord to add them.
Oh, right. Okay, we don't have each other added on Discord. Jesus.
Apparently not. Wow, we are not friends.
God. But to be fair, I think looking at my recent direct messages, I don't think I have any of them as friends. You just message. I didn't ever seen the point of doing it. Okay, so we're starting to kill. Oh, here we are. Hello.
Hello.
Ah, look at this. This is all happening live.
This is very botched.
This is very botched, but it's fine. It's all good. Things happen. I like unexpected things. It's always fun. I'm actually, let's just wait. So, while we're waiting on Joey, just as a conversation piece, have you seen the new Wastelanders gameplay, by the way? So.
Oh, no, I have not. I was planning to look that up, and then I got distracted by the new Clone Wars episode, and I actually went and watched that instead.
Ah, right, I see. Which, fair enough. But the gameplay is quite nice, though. I'm excited for it. Hey, Joey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah, doing alright, man. Doing alright. Nice to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Doing well?
I'm doing very well. Yeah.
Could you?
Still technically at work, but
Oh, you're technically at work.
I'm just watching a few things over the interwebs
here. Fair enough.
I've got my laptop here.
Yeah.
It's all.
I'll try not to keep too much of your time, but Joey, just for the listeners, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Joey. I've been with the project since its conception.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I've served many different roles for the project, and chiefly project lead back in the day when things weren't going so hot. But I'm happy to be settled into a level design role. Just kind of hang out and make sure everything goes well, and really feed off the energy these guys give out.
Fantastic.
Oh
Absolutely
crap! I
fantastic.
never introduced myself. I just said hi. I'm Solt.
Hello, I am present. Sol, what role do
No,
you
might as well
have?
introduce myself.
Yeah.
No, I gotta introduce myself now.
Yeah. Good
Um,
introduction.
you guys know my name. My role in the project is I have a whole bunch of roles. I manage the media for the project, so a lot of the stuff that you see goes on Twitter is by me. Say hello. I also help with the level design, and I also help manage the music that is being made for Project Arroyo.
Oh, the music. Alright, that's perfect actually, because I have a question for you later on about music, which you probably see. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna link Joey just because you weren't here before. I have a document with all the questions, just in case you want to, get sped up and everything. But guys, let's just start off with something nice and simple, right? Let's start off with something everyone wants to know. Everyone always asks it. When is this getting released, and will it be released on consoles?
Joe, you can
So
answer this one.
I will answer. Okay, all right. When will this thing be released? We'll tackle that because that's kind of a bigger question. Um, when's kind of a big question. I mean, you obviously everybody wants this thing to be out. I mean, we all want this thing to be out there in the world and have everyone experience it. But when you bring a team together of people who, one, aren't being paid, and two, don't have a lot of time to do it, it's really hard to kind of set a definite time zone. And with that, you don't want to limit yourself, because if you say, hey, this game's going to be out 2 years from now, it creates a lot of pressure, and under pressure, things can crack, and you might not
Yeah.
you might not deliver a product that is sufficient. So
Yeah.
we don't really like to put a final date on it. We just say we're gonna try our best, and we're gonna hope this thing looks good and runs good and plays good. So it's hard to answer that question, but if you want kind of an answer, let's say no later than 10 years, no earlier than 2.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, fantastic.
Cross my fingers for 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
2020
And
release confirmed.
will it release on consoles? No, yes, and no. That's been a big thing, topic of discussion. The simple answer is that no, it can't be, just due to the size limitations for consoles.
Hmm.
I want to say it's like 5 GB or something, for a mod to come onto a console. That's like the limit. But we do like to entertain the idea that we're gonna release minor things like weapons and armor and things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Yeah, because I did see in the FAQ that about the standalone mods, and I'm glad that you guys are. Did you say you're going to do it or considering it?
We are doing it.
You're doing it.
We're actually we advertise, not advertise. We tease the kind of like we're gonna release a new standalone mod. It's gonna be the 10mm pistol soon.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I need to really fucking rejargon my brain, man. I literally just covered that in a video. What was it, last week or something? Ah, man. But yeah, but but yeah, I'm glad to hear that you guys aren't really putting any pressure on yourselves in terms of like setting a release date for the team or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it isn't actually it's not like your guys at a game company or anything like that, or under pressure from a publisher or anything like that, So it's like
Yeah. This is a
take
passion
all the
project. For
yeah,
most of
passion
us.
project, yeah. So like, I wouldn't like to think that you guys are putting so much pressure on yourselves just considering like a release date or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it will just affect the mod itself, wouldn't it? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but see, this question goes to both of you. I was speaking to Salt about this as well, and he was like, "Oh, do you want me to answer for the team? Do you want to answer for yourself?" And it was originally just for him, but since you're here, Joey, as well, this would be a good question for you. Do you both have any prior experience working on mods, or is this like your big main one, your big debut, as I say?
I'll go first on this one. I have been doing mod development since since August of 2019. I started off with a project of my own, and then I met some other cool dudes, and I learned what the mod development world was like. And then I joined famous projects like Skywind.
Oh.
And I joined other projects like Tales of Nern. I became advisor for some other Fallout projects, and I saw Fallout for Project Arroyo, and I decided to join it because it seemed like a really cool idea to do something into Fallout 2 and to Fallout 4.
Well, I'm not gonna actually promote myself like Solt did. I'm not gonna promote it.
Start flexing.
No, actually, this is my first project that I've ever worked on. Back when New Vegas was in its infancy, you might call it. I did a lot of personal mods, things that I felt needed to be changed in the game, and I worked in the old creation kit, and that is why I hate working in it now. But
Right.
I had a big mod, but I never released it, and I won't say big mod, but it was really big for me, and I really liked it. But this is actually my first big thing that I'm proud of, and it is public, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you should definitely be proud of it because it is something that a lot of people are excited for. Which, if people are excited for it, then you must be doing something right,
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so.
So, Joe, you said you were here since the birth of the project, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did all of this get kick started? What was the main motivation behind starting another Fallout 2 remake project?
Um, it it's I want to say it's an unfortunate story. It's not really, but
Oh, okay.
it started out with a Reddit post. I mean, like a lot of these things do, and apparently this Reddit post had a lot of people that were behind it. I think the original post got
I think I
10,000
seen that.
upvotes or something.
Yeah, I think I seen that original Reddit post actually. Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
shit.
it was he posted it, and what was his name? Soul, do you remember his name?
No.
Doc.
Untitled.
Oh, that guy.
We'll call him Doc. I don't even know his real name. But he posted it one day, and he's, hey, we're looking for such and such for this project. And honestly, for me, it was kind of a funny way to get started with it because I was like, I think just the day before I was working on a mod for Fallout, and something personal, nothing big. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's cool. That works out. That times out perfectly. And so I joined up, and it turns out it was just this big collection of people who had so much passion. I mean, it's almost as if if you put the words Fallout 2 into Fallout 4 into a sentence anywhere, you're going to get this kind of passion, no matter where you put it. And it was really kind of a beautiful thing to see because everybody started up and we were all so passionate about it, and that passion still kind of rings true to this day. We just have different people working on different things. So, yeah, it started off in a weird way, but it snowballed into a good way.
How did you handle with it getting more popular and all that? The Discord blows up nowadays with new people joining every fucking day, and people talk about it on social media, and people talk about it in YouTube videos and all that. So how did you feel about not the fame? Well, yeah, fame. Yeah, how did you handle that? In a way.
Be careful calling it fame.
Yeah, fame. Popularity probably is a
popularity.
Yeah.
I mean, it all kind of came gradually.
Yeah.
We worked for the recognition.
Yeah.
I remember, there was a lot of times I was sending emails that probably a lot of people didn't even see, didn't even read.
Yeah.
It's just, but in the background, it was something that we still had so much passion for. So it came naturally, and it grew organically.
Yeah.
And so
people,
it grew gradually. So
yeah. Just people sort of gravitated towards this new and exciting thing, but the reason why they're gravitating towards it is just because of how much passion is going into it, like you say.
Yeah. Everyone was motivated, and like I said, it grew organically. So we became accustomed to it.
You could feel the hype coming off the project. I felt the hype. That's how I always peek my nose in. I want to say every couple of days in your Discord, just to see what's going on, see what people are talking about. Because it's a pretty little neat community that you guys have built up in the Discord server. So this is a more interesting question because it concerns this project, but also another project as well, which I'm guessing you guys are going to get a ton of questions about as well. But this again, going back to the birth of the project, the basically the early days. Were you guys aware of the other remake project for Fallout 2, The Chosen's Way? Did you talk it with that team at all about anything, or were you just completely doing your own thing from there?
For my part, I didn't even know anything about it when I first joined.
Ah, right. Okay.
But from just random conversation, I heard that there was another project, and then I also heard that that Doc was trying to say, hey, let's see if we can work together on this. And
Yeah.
I don't think it worked out. I think they were kind of not willing to do that.
Ah, right. Sort of
But
just reserved, doing their own thing.
yeah, which
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just a mod project.
Yeah.
But,
Totally. Yeah.
yeah,
That's, yeah.
they're doing a good thing. They got some really good work.
Yeah, what I like about both projects is like it sort of fits two different fans. Where it's like their project, they're going with the whole like you leave an area, you go into a world map or something, then you fucking walk about the place, do the whole classic Fallout 2 mechanic of fast traveling and all that, and then you guys are really bringing it into modern gameplay like Fallout 4, Fallout 3 with the open world and stuff like that. Which I'm really more keen on, to be honest with you. The open world fact, I think that like interests me way more, to be honest, because it like involves, just recreating building this brand new map with all these locations and stuff like that. So this, that sort of leads me on, to my next question, really. So like, since this will be like, actually, just to clarify, this will be open world, right? There's not been any change in that front. All right, fantastic.
Yes, it will be open world.
Right, fantastic. So, I know on the Discord you guys said there will be new content, like post game, all that sort of stuff. How will so I'm guessing how much new content will be in it due to the open world factor?
A lot. It's gonna be a ton of new content. So it's kind of like if you look at the map of Fallout 2 and all that kind of stuff, it kind of looks empty. It's only like parsed locations, like they're really sparsed out and all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you're in Fallout 4 and you're trying to put this into a 3D world and you're trying to go around the world, you're going to be kind of bored going around trying to go from point A to point B with nothing in between there, most likely. So we here are deciding to add a bunch of new locations to our remake to help fill in the void of the large location that we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like a whole bunch of new side quests and everything, and we try to keep it as original as it can be, something that you would imagine in Fallout 2.
Yeah, because like on the because all this all really interests me. I'm not gonna lie. Like on the on your Discord as well in the FAQ, you stated that Project Arroyo was like, oh, it's a remake, a recreation, and a reimagining as well. Which I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. I'm curious how much content would be added, just because it is like a remake where you take the original concept, you take the original parts, and then you reorganize it, shove new things in there, see what sticks, see what flows. So I'm more curious right now, since it is the original Fallout 2 map, and all the locations and all the characters and all that, and how are you going to fit? Are you nervous about the lore and restricted by the lore? Like how are you guys handling that?
The lore is very important to us.
Yeah,
like super important. In fact, it's imperative.
Yeah.
Everything that we can do to make sure that the lore is there is going to be in there, because the lore is what makes the game.
Yeah.
Nobody likes the graphics. Nobody likes playing from that isometric view, right?
Yeah.
At least nobody in this generation. But the lore is what really strings that thing together. And we decided early on that was big. Now, can we improve upon the game after that? Yes. It's a brand new engine. It goes back to the last question. I mean, there's so many things that you can do that you were restricted on by the previous engine that was worked on this game.
Yeah.
So yes, lore. Yes, lore.
Yeah.
But we have to see what we can do better, because if we don't, we're just we're screwing everybody here.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity as well, like talking about lore and the world now in general. See, I don't know if you guys touched on it. I'm not too sure. Are you guys going to be adding like a radio or anything like that? Like anything just to add upon the lore of the world?
So the radio. Yeah. That's a hard decision, because the radio in Fallout 4, it kind of like you can listen to it while you're killing all your enemies and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, Deathball, let's turn around this radio station and you're listening to Big Iron on My Hip or something.
Yeah.
And well, in Fallout 2, you didn't really have that ability. You were kind of just surrounded by this eerie, empty, desolate wasteland with nothing around you, only people and things that are wanting to kill you.
Yeah.
So having to decide whether a radio would be there or not is kind of hard because it's an integral part of Fallout 4, and it's also not having one an integral part of Fallout 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's probably like in my head, just to like throw my like opinion out there. I think the radio just sort of adds to the exploration and all that. And because you guys are doing like an open world, I think a radio would probably fit quite nicely in there, like, because there would be breaks between locations and talking to characters and all that. So like, yeah, a radio would definitely fit like nicely in there. That's just me throwing my wee thought out there. You can think about that. I don't know. Maybe if you need a radio DJ, you listen to my Atomic Bangers, Salt. You know how that's all done. So if you need that, it's all good. Just throwing that out there. Yeah.
Throwing that out.
I don't know if we should take this guy's. I don't know if we should take it or not. I don't think. What do you think, Joey?
I don't know. We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, we have to talk.
It's fine. Don't worry. I'll be here waiting in the shadows. It's all good. Just once every so often in the Discord, just put radio ? Just once a week. See what gets.
Yeah, there you
go. Yeah. But yeah, again, like talking about like open, like we're still on the open world stuff. I'm still asking questions. Actually, never mind. I already asked that question. What are you doing, Kieran? What the fuck? God damn. I asked a question out of line there, and I was like, oh no. But here's a more interesting question, actually, and this revolves around copyright. And I find this quite interesting because it happened to the Capital Wasteland, what was it, last year or the year before, where it's like they had to completely, they originally cancelled it because the voice line's been reused and all that sort of stuff. And because this is Fallout 2, and Fallout 2 has, of course, like completely separate soundtracks and voice lines and all that from Fallout 4, how are you guys handling that? Are you going to be bringing back the old soundtrack and all the voice lines, or are you going to completely do like everything new?
As far for the old soundtrack, we are completely redoing that. We do realize that the old soundtrack, it was released by Mark Morgan on his own volition. It's in the Vault archives. We could use it if we wanted to, but we're deciding to renew it because we on the team feel like if we just slapped it on the mod and call it done, it wouldn't be doing any justice. It wouldn't feel kind of like modernized as Fallout 4 is. So we're redoing that as well. The old soundtrack, trying to give it new sounds, but also trying to make it still feel original and give off the same feelings you would get when listening to it.
Yeah, and it also adds to that whole like remake atmosphere as well, isn't it? Like where you're adding in brand new stuff and brand new quests and stuff like that. It would make sense to add in like a new soundtrack there as well, just to have the same. Well, to have the new soundtrack has the same feeling as the original. Which I listened to the one that you just released there, and it was actually quite good. I enjoyed it.
It was a new, I think, it was a new original ambient piece made by one of our composers. So it wasn't even completely to the soundtrack. We just made a new original piece, which is also what we're doing. Yeah. We're not also just remastering the soundtrack. We're adding new and original pieces that we are making on our own volition.
Out of curiosity, like how this is completely off my questions here as well, and just completely out of my own interest. Like, how did you guys find like the composers and all that? Did they just come to you, or were you just putting out a call saying, "Hey, can you make music for me, please"?
I think originally they just kind of came out of the woodwork. Oh well, I know now they come to us, but originally it was just kind of, hey, I've got a friend. He knows something about music. Let's see.
Right.
What
okay.
Can he do?
Yeah, because I know it's like there's a few like concept artists and all that I see circling around like all the mod projects and all that are in like the moderation and stuff like that, and I always see them. you probably know which one I'm talking about, like the YoShift for one of them. Like I see him in so many fucking servers, and I'm like, it's that guy. And I was just wondering like if that was the same with like music creators and all that as well.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that too. I mean, everybody, if somebody's got talent, I mean, you gotta if they're willing to play ball, then you kind of have to bring them on.
Totally.
Advertisement, come join Project Arroyo, please. We want you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like what guys do you need? Like I seen your advertisement the other day, looking for new roles and stuff like that. So you can quickly mention like what you're looking for on the project. If anyone's interested in joining.
While you sell yourself, Solt, I'm gonna downstairs.
I'll draw up the contract.
Here's the main thing we're looking for is level designers, people who are passionate about working in the CK, even though it can be kind of a, sorry guys, bitch sometimes. If you can deal with the CK, if you love working with it and making sceneries that convey what you mean in Fallout, please do apply to Project Arroyo. We would love to have your skills.
Come on down to Project Arroyo.
Now, I'm not saying that we only need level designers. We will welcome everyone who wants to come work on Project Arroyo. 3D modelers, animators, music composers, writers, even scripters. If you know how to code in Papyrus, please come join.
Fantastic.
I am back. That sounds pretty needy.
Look, man, I'm like the really attached girlfriend. Come join us, or I don't know, I'm gonna slap you or something. No, I'm not actually gonna do that. Please, no.
I will find you and I will slap you.
What
if you do not join Project Arroyo. Yeah,
let's
so
get some voice lines for this guy.
Yeah. I'd totally be up for doing a voice acting. Don't worry, it's all good. And a radio as well, if you guys need a radio. That's another thing. I'll leave that with you. Yes.
Advertising around the board.
Alright, so the next question. This, before we dive into a game mechanic one, which I want to talk about, this question is about behind the scenes sort of thing, you know, where it's like, of course, like, Fallout 2 is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. A lot of people. And with the word remake and reimagining and all that, it probably scares a few people. And so I'm just asking, do you feel pressured by the community, especially like, you know, the mass, like the key fans of those games that stand by it? And so are they? Do you feel pressured by any of those people? Like they asking, why are you changing this? Blah blah blah, all that sort of thing.
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very big, especially when we first started out.
Yeah.
It was because you tell people you're gonna remake this old game. Obviously, the first thing is, well, are you gonna have this? Are you gonna have that? Are you gonna have this?
Yeah.
So that those questions like that, they're actually really good because you know it kind of sets you in the right direction for what you need.
Yeah.
And but there is a lot of pressure there because you know we're a project from fans. You know we're completely community based, so you know we are the fans and we are the community, and you know we want to get it right just as much as they do. So there's a lot of pressure there.
A project from fans for the fans.
From fans for the fans. It's a keyword for a lot of games nowadays because a lot of games are doing the whole like spiritual successors and stuff like that. But yeah, that was that question. But moving on to like the game mechanics. Now, since Fallout 4 is known for its lack of old Fallout mechanics like the reputation and karma and all, among other things, did you find it difficult to bring back all? Like, are you actually? First question: are you bringing back all this stuff?
Yes, that is a big yes. The karma reputation system, we are definitely bringing that back. I'm sorry, I'm just really passionate about this because I know a lot of people would be disappointed if we didn't do this. Yes, we are bringing it back, and we already have like some of the scripts for this stuff done, like karma reputation system. I'm pretty sure that's already done.
Can we give a shout out to Austin real quick?
Yeah, Austin, project lead. He's the lead programmer. He's a good dude. He made the karma reputation script for us. So
fantastic.
Yeah, he's the main reason we even have that. So I'm happy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was because I was really curious about that because I know like the New Vegas project are bringing back a lot of old mechanics from New Vegas to that game, and I think I seen like one preview video of like the what was it, the traits and stuff like that.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah. And I was curious if you guys were going to be using that one because I know another project is using that like the same script setup and all that from that video and from that project. So I was just curious about that. But like, so both of you didn't work on the scripting of these features, no?
No,
Yeah,
no, we're
no,
not
no,
that.
no, no,
It's
no.
like, oh
Not that
dear
lame.
God, no.
Scripting type of stuff is Austin questions.
Ah,
which is-
right. Right. Yeah, I need to ask him a question because I was like the original question I was going to ask is, was it difficult bringing these old features into the Fallout 4 creation kit? Because I just hear horror stories about the creation kit a lot of the time about adding new things into it, new mechanics
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like that. Oh
Oh, if
man,
it's that type of question, yeah, I can answer that.
Yeah.
Creation kit, it's hell to work with it sometimes. When you want to add something new, Creation Kit does not like change. It's kind of like a baby. It doesn't want to move on.
I don't like change.
So yeah, it can be hard to add some stuff. It really depends on what you're adding, what type of stuff you're adding. Like kind of like bloody mess. If you're adding that kind of perk, it's not gonna like it too much. Or if it's something really simple, it'll take it. It'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was talking to like the Empire Waste Adam, like he's a lovely guy, back a few weeks ago, and he was saying that he lost a ton of progress through the creation kit fucking up, just with the map and everything that he did like over the course of like a month or something like that. And
Oh my
so,
God.
Did you say he
yeah,
was trying to like implement a height map or something?
something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, that could definitely mess up your creation kit because when I did my first project, I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
I lost so much progress when I messed up.
Oh man.
Yeah, the question you asked actually pains me because I have now done MODOK 5 times, I think.
Oh really?
Oh, I feel
Because the creation kit has screwed me.
God.
But,
Yeah, I think I've said this like every time on like I do like a follow interview, but I played around with the creation kit. Cannot fucking stand the thing. I'm not patient enough to do any of that sort of stuff.
what bothers you the most about is it the UI or what is it that bothers you
I
about
think it's just like I think it just when it comes to like experiment with like, any new software, like any new in-depth software, where it's like I load up and I'm like, there's a lot of things in my screen now. I don't know what does what. I know I need to mess around with it, but I do not have the time to mess around with it. And then I try something and it crashes. And then I followed this fucking creation kit tutorial, right? This guy, he did a ton of tutorials on like creating NPCs and stuff like that. And I'm like, cool, I'll follow that. Followed that, created a simple NPC, crashed. And I'm like, fuck this. I am not cut out to be a Fallout modder. It's fine.
You gotta have the term what is the word, determination
Determination,
to really work with the creation kit.
yeah.
Working with the creation kit is kind of like trying to get back together with your ex.
Oh god, it's going to be messy. You're gonna have a few rough patches, but it might work, it might not work. God, get back with Essex, man. Never did it, never will. Anyway, let's move on to another question. So this,
now that it's awkward.
yeah. So going to towns, locations, and all that again, bring it to a new world, and of course you can't like the original Fallout 2 and the layout of Fallout 2. You can't. I like in my mind, you can't really do 100% into Fallout 4, or else it would just look weird. So are you guys changing the layouts to towns or anything like that drastically, or are you just going to try and keep it to the original as much as possible?
Joey, I'll let you answer this one.
Yeah, so I handle a lot of the level design, the landscaping, and things like that.
Yeah.
And what I've learned, what we've all learned, I think, over the last year, is that you really can't take a 2D piece and then turn it into 3D without having some changes. So, yeah, I mean, the landscape just kind of has to change. You know, the layout's not so much. I mean, the layouts, it kind of comes with the landscape. You know, you rotate something because it's up a hill or something like that. But everything, this is obviously very important too. Like layouts of towns is very important. But everything that is changed, we hope is changed for the better, because it makes more sense to us that since we have this landscape and we have ups and downs and hills and waterfalls and lakes and all this, that it will make sense with the area it's in. And I think it will translate well, just because people are used to playing Fallout 4 and 3D engines and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think people will get it, and I think people will be able to walk into a town and be like, oh, this is MODOK, this is
Yeah.
Sacktown.
It's like they walk in and it's like, yeah, this feels natural. This feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we hope so.
Yeah.
We may change stuff, but we'll keep it to where you can actually recognize it. We won't change MODOK from a town, maybe to a bristling city of
Yeah.
Boston.
New Vegas too, and you're like, what the fuck? It happened here. I don't remember this.
I already tried that. I tried that the second time I made MODOK.
Yeah. I know the what you said there about like, oh yeah, like it's important for people to recognize it and all that. It just reminds me of like the Resident Evil remakes that were just happening there.
Yeah.
New you're adding new things, adding differences to the areas, but like when you walk in, you recognize it. It's like you're reminded, oh, it's this place. Which I'm glad you guys said that's important. I'm glad that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all within the word reimagining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You want to make it the same, but you also want to make it better.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that word kind of takes care of both.
Yeah. How much so is either of you working on like the quests and things like that, or
That's mainly our writers doing that.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I was wondering like how it was like implementing like old quests into, of course, the creation kit in Fallout 4 and things like that.
That's another Austin question.
Yeah. It's fine, we'll get him on another podcast. It's all good. I just need to remember these questions, save them up. But this is since you guys are here, and this is it's an interesting question to me. Again, all these questions I'm interested in. So this project is getting huge in terms of like the team. Like I look on your Discord, there's a lot of devs in there, a lot of different like departments and stuff like that. How do you all keep track of what each other's doing? How do you all like work together to make things work?
Oh, okay. I can explain this. So, one way we work together and keep stuff organized with such a huge team number is we use something called Trello. I don't know if any of you guys know what that website is called.
Yeah.
So Trello is basically a organizer type of website. A lot of companies use it, and a lot of other projects use it. Notable projects that use it are like Skywind and all that kind of stuff. Everyone uses it, and we have a little board, and in those boards there's lists of things that we need to do. What are people working on? Oh, that's finished, or maybe you need to revision that. And we have boards for every department, and everyone could comment on this certain thing. Like maybe like Joey, he could have a claim on MODOK, and someone could comment on it and be like, "Oh, you need to change this one bit." And not only that, we also post our work in progress in the Discord as well. And it's not as crazy as you think it would be. A lot of people try to keep it as controlled as possible. They give great criticism and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it falls in with the team too. I mean, you know, with such passion for this thing, we all want to see it get done.
Yeah.
And we all want to see it do,
Yeah.
everybody else do a good job. So, we kind of assign a general, like, hey, this needs to be done.
Yeah.
And from there, it just gets done. It just kind of happens.
That's really interesting because, again, just comparing it to other mod projects, like a lot of people have different way of running things.
Yeah.
And yours is like, when I was envisioning it in my head when you were talking about like the boards and stuff like that seems like a more professional sort of environment. I haven't been on this website, so I'm not too sure how it looks or anything like that, or how everything's organized. But it seems like everything's really organized from what you tell me.
Yeah, it's a professional laissez-faire kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So Portal Wolf is actually in the chat now. The head of Empire Wastes. And he he has like a pure simple question, but it's something to keep note of. Like, will you guys be changing the Pip-Boy date from the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy to the Project Arroyo time frame, Fallout 2 time period?
No comment.
No comment. Is that too heated question? Man. It's fine. We'll move on from it. It's all good.
It's one of those questions that should answer itself.
We'll cut it. It's fine. Don't worry. So I want to move on to a few. I have two questions here, but we'll leave them to the end. I have a few Discord questions. So I asked a few people in my Discord, like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you guys want to ask these modders? And I got 4 different questions here. One of them, which I think is actually probably really good and one that should be quite interesting conversation. And that is, what is the hardest challenge with the project? Has anything ever made you want to stop working on it? And that was from Enigma.
Awesome.
For me, okay, so I started off with Skyrim. I started off modding with Skyrim and working with that creation kit. And when I moved to the Fallouts, it was very weird for me. I wouldn't say it was because I can't really remember the hardest challenge I've ever done, but if that has to be a hardest challenge I've ever done, it was that. Maybe another challenge is having to work with a huge amount of people because everyone has a different creative vision of what this project, what they want to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may get into an argument or two, and that could sometimes make someone quit. Because we all want the same thing, is to get this project out, but we all have our own vision of what we want it to be. Like we managed that pretty good, but sometimes that has made me want to quit a bit.
Yeah, I work in the creative industry and all that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not in game, like not in game creating or anything like that. But I understand the difference in with different team members having their own vision for the project and stuff like that, and that definitely examples over the years. I have worked on films and as part of the pre-production, and things have got heated, and there may have been falling outs because of different visions, and so yeah, I'm glad that you guys are tackling that well, from what you tell me. So I'm glad. So the next question from the Discord is, what is the most annoying thing about working on this project?
Austin.
Goddamn, the big boss.
It's hard to say. There's so many different things that are annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is just minorly annoying. You're waiting on an asset. You're waiting on someone to respond. You can't seem to get this one thing right. This model, this 2D drawing. You can't seem to get this town right in level design. There's nothing that's really majorly annoying about it because it's a passion project. We all love to do it.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of minor annoying things. Just simple things that you would run into every day.
Yeah.
Your coffee's too hot. Something like that.
That leads me on to the next question. You probably can see here. Like, how many coffees have you gone through? That was from Nem.
Oh.
And
nope. I keep count on my phone. Let me go open my notes.
52.
126.
Jesus Christ.
I've been here since December.
Wait, is that... Wait, wait. Have you actually been keeping track of your coffees? You're not joking in this? Or you're joking, right?
I am not joking.
He's joking. Don't let him fool you.
At first I was like, yes.
I don't know. Salt's pretty weird. He might actually do that.
No, I do drink coffee, and I do keep track of how many cups I drink.
Wow.
On average, it's 3 per day.
3 per day, really? See, I tried coffee once, and I tried tea once. Fucking hated it, man. I could not stand drinking.
Here.
Yeah.
Let me say this. For people who drink pure black coffee, I don't know what's wrong with you. You need to go to a hospital.
All right, now.
I'm just joking.
I drink pure black coffee.
I can't drink. I cannot drink pure black coffee. It just tastes way too bitter.
Oh man, I think it's just the taste and like the texture of it. Every time I drink it, I was like, "Fuck this!" I don't know how people can do this in the morning. I get why you do it in the morning, but sometimes just a good old water bottle can just fucking hydrate you, get you going. Keep the.
I don't know, man. Whenever you put your sugar into your coffee and you put your creamer into it, it has this nice thickness to it. Whereas black coffee just kind of has this, oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Kind of disappointing.
Right, okay.
But maybe Joey may be able to explain the wonderful flavor of black coffee more than me.
It's a man's drink. That's all you
Man. I can just imagine you like a pure lumberjack shirt. You open your front porch, you're sitting there, you take the shot of black coffee, you're like, ugh. You get on your
Doesn't
day.
taste very good, but it's a man's drink.
Time to work in the mod. But
It's just like that. For anyone wondering, it's just like that.
that's mornings on the project, Arroyo project. Jesus. So we're coming to the end of tonight's podcast. So if anyone in the live chat has any questions, please ask away. I have 2 more to just sort of round up the whole entire night. So guys, what, like, just in line of all because I feel like the past 2 questions in terms of the hardest challenge, the most annoying thing, let's talk about something more positive. What's the most exciting part of this project that entices you to come back?
Ooh.
Oh, I like this.
Yes.
No more negatives, a positive.
All positive, man. The hype. What have I got?
That's a good question. For me, I got you go first, Joey. I have to think.
Okay. So for me, my job now is just to do level design and landscaping and things.
War.
You can tell how excited I am. I'm super stoked.
War never changes.
The coolest thing, the most exciting thing about this is that, at least as far as level design, I'm sure it's for the same. It's the same everywhere. But whenever you fail, it's just as good. Well, it's almost as good as when you succeed. Because no matter what, you're creating something that you just love. It's almost like you can't go wrong. I mean, obviously, you're gonna look at it and be like, that's crap. But still, I had a fun time doing this. So any amount of time I've spent on this has been worth every second. That's what I love about this project.
I like that. That's cool. That's awesome.
For me, I guess it would be more on a personal level. It would be whenever you finish that one scenery in level design, adding that last piece of clutter.
That's
the satisfaction.
Adding that one last can.
Yeah.
No. For real. On a for real note, for me, it would be to see what you made be put into a thing that you have made, and people actually going around your scenery.
Yeah.
And interacting with it. That's the most exciting thing for me.
Fantastic. So we actually have quite a few questions going on in the chat. So we have Enigma. He said, what made you guys join the project? I know Joey's answer. Sol, did I ask you what made you join the project?
You may have asked me, but people may have forgotten, so I'll just restate it.
Yeah.
I definitely forgot.
So what made you guys join the project? So I guess I didn't actually explain the full backstory. So I joined through a friend of mine that was also from Skywind, and she was in Project Arroyo. I won't say her name. And it was by mistake. She accidentally invited me to the other server that we have, which is where we consult all the dev things that we do and all that kind of stuff. And I was there thinking, oh, this is just a one single server where it's not even public yet. And then I realized that she actually invited me to the development server, so I was like, oh. And at first, I was just gonna help out with maybe getting them people to recruit and all that kind of stuff. But then it kind of turned into a bigger image, and I'm like, wow, this project actually seems really cool. I actually want to work on this, because it gave off the same vibes that Skywind did, which is a project I've been wanting to work on for so long. And when a project like that gives me the same feeling Skywind has, I hop onto it.
Yeah. No, I like the positive vibes going on at the moment. It's good shit. Really good shit.
There's a lot going around. Yeah, we actually do like what we do.
Yeah. So, Gulzy, he asks, what is the predicted release date for the mod?
You can ignore that guy if you want. He's just he's an annoyance on the dev team.
Ah, right, I see.
I'm just joking. Well, no, Ghouls, if you guys didn't know, he's the lead level designer. So, to answer that question, 2,241.
Oh, fantastic! Moving on. So here's an interesting question from Fantatron. Is this person on the dev team, by the way?
Never recognized that name.
All right, fantastic. Are you guys planning on adding the original cut content in Fallout 2 to the mod?
Ooh, that's a good question. You should answer it, Joey.
Oh man, I'm actually doing something for work right now. If you give me 5 seconds, no, I'm just kidding.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I think we actually talked about this. We talked about this a lot. I don't know if we actually ever had a definite answer on it. I think we might have to bring that up to the big man upstairs.
So I guess no comment for now.
Yeah, no comment for now. I think I from what I remember from the conversation, I think it was favorable to adding the cut content, but
I remember some of it.
Something, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, if it falls in line with the lore and the story, I mean, obviously, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Han, Bundy, is most of your viewership from the UK or Scotland or something?
Not from Scotland. No, like most of them American actually.
Wow,
then,
really?
Like,
I
Europe,
thought.
worst kind.
I
No.
thought they were from the UK or something. I thought they were gonna ask, "Oh, are you gonna add in the TARDIS?"
Oh, that shit, right. Are you going to add in the TARDIS?
That's Bundy's question.
I will say this: have looked at the mod project. It was I can't remember. It was Fallout 4. Fallout 4 who or Fallout who? I can't remember.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever decided to add in the TARDIS, we will most likely consult them about using their TARDIS, not actually interacting with it per se, but you know how if you're an adventurer and you would see it pop up.
Yeah.
And you could, it would probably be something like that, and we'll consult them about that.
I actually have a different answer to this question.
What?
That was before Solt. But it leads into another thing. We talked about this. I remember we talked about this. Me and another level designer, Brian.
Oh wait, what?
It doesn't go any further, you know. But it led into a discussion about dev rooms where like somebody was like, oh, let's put the TARDIS in it, and then somebody was like, let's add dev rooms, you know, like rooms where each of the level designers get to go in there and make their whole, you know, whatever it was. You know?
Oh yeah.
So that's that. I can't wait to do.
So you just go into one of the dev rooms as a random TARDIS just sitting in the background. It's like, how the fuck did that?
Well,
get
it might
in?
be a picture of me. You never know.
Oh, just your Discord profile picture, you and your laptop. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's Joey's room.
I'll definitely add a TARDIS.
Dev room. Yeah.
I'll definitely add a TARDIS to my dev room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have 100 TARDISes. Beat that.
Well, you know what? 1,000. Take it or leave.
All right.
You just crash the second you go into the room. It's like, oh, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh, that's Solt's room, yeah.
Yeah. So, see,
rest in peace, my PC.
See when you guys said we were talking about like cut content there, you're going to be adding content from the Restoration Project, yeah?
What was the question? That was the answer. What was the answer on that?
It said yes. We will be, so it says here on the FAQ in the Discord, it says, will you be adding content from the Restoration Project? Then the answer was, yes, we will be, along with many new locations, although probably not in a way you'd think.
Yes, hold on, yes, I can answer this.
Yeah.
I'll give a more in-depth answer to it.
Okay.
Han, real quick. Han, ask the question one more time, just want to make sure I'm not gonna...
Will you be adding content from the Restoration Project?
From the Restoration Project.
Yeah.
Okay, from the Restoration Project. Hold on, real quick.
Hang on,
He
let's
has
go
to
through my
research
notes.
his answer.
It's some here.
What an awful developer.
No, I was gonna go in the FAQ and just repeat the same answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. Well, my question was going to lead into there, where I was like, would there be any like conflicting things with like cut content or in the Restoration Project if you were going to add both into the thing? I'm not too sure what. I can't really remember the cut content that well, so I don't really know what's there. But
if there is, I can't really answer this because I don't really look at that.
That's fine.
I think it would be a matter of, you know, we heavily scrutinize the story. I mean, not the story, like the lore.
Yeah.
I think it would be a matter of, does it conflict with, you know, the original game? So that would be the main factor, you know.
Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. So let's see what other. We've hit all the points, which is fantastic. I had like a few like fallback questions just in case we like we answered like it was like one word answers to all the questions. I'm like,
Oh,
oh fuck.
what about this one?
Down to silence.
What about
Yeah.
this one?
Which one are you highlighting? Which one you want?
The one
Oh,
below.
the very last one that's not been. Yeah. So, like, what are the plans for after the project is done? Yeah. So, like, once Project Arroyo is like wrapped up, is there any other like projects you want to work on? Maybe another remake or anything like you two are interested in?
I think by the time Project Arroyo is done, if there's any more mod projects I'll be working on, I'll
Yeah.
just get done with those, and I'll never touch modding again.
I have a very different answer.
Ah, right.
There's another level designer, Brian. Him and I have been on this thing since it started, and although it may be pipe dreams, we have always wanted to make like a legitimate game, and we always thought this would be such a wonderful introduction to it.
Yeah.
And to answer it even further, I would love to work on any other type of mod after this because this has been so much fun. You know.
What kind of game would you want to work on? Is it post-apocalyptic or is it just like anything really?
I'd say anything really, anything with a story. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Single player story-driven kind of guy. You know.
If you want,
Yeah.
it could be a romantic story. I'll definitely work on that.
I would tell the story
Dating
of
sim?
Solt and
Oh, man. Yeah, that I would be totally interested in seeing a game from
Oh,
like modders
okay.
and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Like there's a ton of like classic like RPGs that are inspired by like the classic Fallouts out there. Like Encased RPG, that's one of them. That one's really good actually for it. But yeah, like it'd be exciting to see like a modder who's probably inspired by like Fallout or something like that go on to make their own thing. I think that'd be definitely an interesting project to follow, definitely.
Yeah, I think you can definitely look for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely want to get to work in the game industry after I'm done with modding development. It's just I do not enjoy working with the creation kit, and I will never want to work with it again after I'm done with all these projects.
I love it. How about that?
How about Unreal Engine?
I'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe I'll work on Unreal.
Can look up a YouTube.
But,
I've got it
tutorial.
downloaded. I just haven't devoted the time.
Yeah.
Same.
Right, yeah, so that pretty much wraps up this episode of DevThingy. So thank you, Solt and Joey, for coming along, by the way. It's really cool for you guys to come on. Really cool. Thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you for having us, dude.
Mate, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, guys, if anyone's interested in coming on the show, if you're a modder, developer, come on, we can have a chat. I can ask you questions and stuff like that. This has been the very first episode, so this has went well. This has went really well, better than I expected. Because I thought so sometimes like when I do like a podcast, it either ends really well or ends in fucking disaster. Oh man, there's been a few disasters before in the past. Jesus Christ. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you guys so much. Shall see you later. Bye bye.
See you guys.